منصور عماد المنصور ويتقدم بمسافة كبيرة حوالي 15 متر وتقدم على بقية السباحين وإلى خط النهاية. ثمان دقائق 12. ممتاز منصور عماد المنصور، ممتاز منصور عماد المنصور، ممتاز منصور عماد المنصور، ممتاز منصور عماد المنصور، ممتاز 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 منصور عماد المنصور يفوز بالمركز الأول وثمن وقدره 2:12 بارتفاع 200 متر ظهر.
Oh yeah.
That was a perfect sound. Hello everybody and welcome to Brew with Abdu. In today's episode we have punched in a lot of entertainment. We have amazing personality in front of us and I would want him to introduce himself because he's such a personality. I think in a lot of communities he would be known, oh, this guy. But please introduce yourself.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for having me. My name is Mansoor Al Mansoor. And to some circles, I'm known as Aquaman.
Aquaman, nice. I would want you to have that long beard as Aquaman as well.
Unfortunately, that actually not very compatible for swimmers. We have to be streamlined, and that would just be a lot of water drag.
So you should complain to Marvel for the technicality issue. You should complain to Marvel.
सुल्तान अबे रुक सुल्तान क्या कर रहा है अबे क्या लगता है
I mean, he got superpower, you know.
Makes sense. So how are you doing today, sir?
I am doing great. Excited to be here. Such a lovely studio.
Thank you so much.
Can't wait to do the brew.
Yeah, so we are not brewing today. We're having some shakes today.
All right, yeah. Actually, pretty delicious. Pretty delicious shake.
Yeah.
What is this spice called? Big Chill?
Yeah, Big Chill.
I'm definitely gonna. I am on a diet, but it'll be my Saturday treat.
It is delicious, so yeah. Okay, so I heard you don't have any big things in your life. You've not done any big thing, you know? You're just a casual guy walking down the street, something like that.
I love to be a casual guy every day.
To everyone who doesn't know, to all the 4 to 5 people in Kuwait who doesn't know him, he's a professional swimmer and he has represented the country of Kuwait in Olympics. That's a proud thing.
Not in the Olympics. I qualified, but I didn't go to the Olympics.
It's for us, you know. We call it that way. So yeah.
I wasn't necessarily ever an Olympian, unfortunately, but I was the first Kuwaiti to actually qualify to the Olympics.
Alhamdulillah.
Just, reaching that high level of what we call it the B cut. You reach the high level of competition and being that fast. Okay. Yeah, so I did represent the country in a lot of international competitions like World Championships, Arab Championships, Asian Championships,
awesome,
Gulf Championships, you know.
I mean, a lot of kids might have been influenced by you to make that move, and you know, probably in the future there might be some of us who would go into the Olympics, inshallah.
I hope to influence people in the good way, you know. In the end of the day, you try to do this for yourself, but what keeps you going is actually being good to other people, you know. If you could influence the next person or inspire them to be a better version of themselves or just step up, you know, or think, look at that guy, he can do it, you know, why not me?
True.
I think that's a nice source of, like I would say motivation, but it's a nice way to go about it.
Alhamdulillah. I mean, do you feel sometimes that you've been, let's say you've been chosen to be that person for a lot of people in their lives?
I believe that people come into each other's lives for a reason, you know, and everybody got a purpose in your life, and it's hard for people to live through a lifetime and not find what they're great at. A lot
That
of
must be
people,
a terrible thing.
yeah, it is a terrible thing. Imagine going through your whole life and not actually finding what you're the greatest at or what makes you stand out from other people.
True.
It's not about being unique. No, it's about something that you can create and that can inspire people. So I was fortunate enough to pick up that at 9 years old, and chose to make that my journey into like teaching people, even if I'm on vacation. I teach people how to swim. Somebody does like a little stroke in front of me, be like, man, you gotta go longer, cook on the feet, because it became part of me. It's who I am. I am swimming. I'm here to teach people how to swim.
That's amazing. I mean, do you keep account of how many people you've taught?
No, we don't do that.
Must be in the hundreds for sure.
It's not about like how many people you taught. It's if you teach this person and then this person teach the other person, and that guy teaches two.
The domino effect that you can create.
Yeah, it's especially when it comes to swimming. I mean, you're not teaching fencing or horse jumping. You're teaching swimming, and it's a vital skill.
True, true.
You know, the world is 70% of water. You know,
Yes.
so
It's kind of a survival thing. It's compulsory, I think so.
do you think like we have the same time of vacation?
No.
Yeah, I enjoy earth activities and water activities, both over and underwater, you know?
Wow.
To the extreme, where I'm really comfortable like I'm walking on the ground. And I think that's why I always tell people to get their kids into swimming.
That is amazing. So tell me more about your journey. How did you begin swimming? And I think you told me you started professional swimming at the age of 9, which was in
Well,
1994.
yeah.
That's too long ago.
That
Tell me something about that.
That is about a long time ago. It started, I actually drowned in the beginning. It was the third month of the invasion.
Okay.
And we have moved to Saudi Arabia to my mom's uncle's farm. There you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
And he had 3 pools, and all day, you know, everybody's swimming in the big pool, and I'm only allowed to go into the small pool.
Okay.
So being a little devilish guy I was.
Mischievous.
Yeah, I went and threw myself into the big pool thinking that I will just float.
Okay.
Luckily, my dad was passing around, and, you know, gave me a couple of smacks to let me know my limits, my boundaries. But since a young age, I had a special connection with water. I felt infatuated. It's like going to space, you know, and you're not feeling any gravity.
Nice.
Whenever I jumped in the water as a kid, that just shattered my universe. To make you know that this is the only sport that you actually move in a different matter. You know, you're not just doing it in the air or kicking a ball or running after something. So to me, it was such an alien material, or whatever you call it, that I had to be friends with it.
And it's also such a different experience from your day-to-day life because there's no sound, you know, there's no one else. You feel within you, you know, you feel like you're just there by yourself inside the water. So that's a different experience altogether, right?
And this is when you swim, you're swimming and your head is in the water the whole time. That is so zen. That's what people do to meditate.
Right.
We are meditating all the time.
Right.
Every time you hit the wall, though, you tend to make your tongue loose, you know? But swimming is something special, you know? Again, it's, to me, for some people that can reach a high rhythm where they can hold a rhythm, that becomes some sort of meditation. You are in a zen phase, you know? You can... if you have a long workout like I do now, you basically can go through all your issues, man.
Right,
you know?
right.
You swim 400 meters, you like figure out what you did today, you know, close up shop, you know, think about a new project. You know, you have all the time to do it.
Right.
And it's not about thinking, oh, I have to be running or catch a ball, you know. It's swimming becomes so repetitive and so zen that it's some sort of meditation.
True. So you started your professional, let's say, career or like a phase at the age of 9.
Right. I didn't finish my story, did I?
Oh, please continue.
Well, after my dad showed me my boundaries, we went back to Kuwait after Liberation Day, and what happened is my mom enrolled me into Khaitan Club, which was pretty much a 5-minute walk.
Okay.
And as a 9 years old kid, I used to walk with my bag from my house to this club. The moral of the story is it's not that my parents didn't take care of me. No. Since I was a young age, my parents gave me the space to practice myself. You know, they gave me the trust that I won't hurt myself. Say we go on vacation, I would be the kid when I was 7, 8 years old before I joined the club. We would go on vacation, and I'll be the first one up to go to the pool, and I would go by myself. You know, and they would trust me that I'll manage.
Yeah.
So once I was of age to compete, they enrolled me into a learn how to swim program in Khaitan, and for 3 months, and they asked me to join the club competition. At the end of the 3 months, and I got second on them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So somehow there was some sort of talent. So we need to build on that talent.
Right.
Yeah. So ever since that competition, a couple of months later, we got a letter asking me to join the national team.
Wow.
Yeah, and
9 years old.
6 months later, we went to the UAE for the golf competition.
Wow.
I got 3 golf records and 3 gold medals, 2 silver. That
Damn.
all happened within like 6 or 9 months.
Wow.
Yeah, just a complete change in your childhood.
Definitely.
10 months later, I think, because the competition was in December, sometime in March, we went to Colombo, Sri Lanka.
Okay, Sri Lanka, nice.
I was 9 years old, right? And it was the Asian Championships.
Oh,
And
I think the West Asian, right?
no. This is the Asian Championship. It was my second international competition that I ever joined.
Damn.
Within the 9-month phase, I learned how to swim, and I ended up getting third on them.
Wow.
Like, I wouldn't tell you, oh, it's 100% talent. It was just, I was lucky to have many things. Be it talent, or I was a hard worker, or I had a good support system. I felt like the puzzles were falling into place. You know, life having a purpose.
True. I think that drives you forever, or till you want to get it done.
That competition in Sri Lanka, like, completely exploded my mind. It introduced me to other cultures, other languages,
Right.
other people of color. I don't know. Like, it's not about being racist. It's just discovering that there are other people there doing what you're doing exactly, trying to be the best. They have their own story.
Right.
You know. So it was just very fascinating. And they all eat different foods, you know? As a 9-year-old, you did not know where Sri Lanka was.
Of course.
So it threw me into loving geography.
Nice.
And wanting to know where this is and where that is. So that was a great beginning.
Nice. I mean, I think it would also make you like have a knack of winning, because your first competition, you were placed in the top 5.
Right.
Your second, again, you're in the top 5. You feel like you want to just keep going at it, right?
Oh, if you believe in things like that, you get part of your name, right? Mr. Tayyib. So I am Mansoor, and I got a bit or a lot of my name, you know, and I kept believing that I will be able to win. And there was many times I lost, yes, but it's how you handle the loss. So being dominant in my life in the swimming world was just a blessing, because it didn't come from an empty space. It really took a lot of sacrifice, you know, a lot of hours practicing and perfecting this skill.
Of course, like hundreds and thousands of hours, I think.
Yeah, they say the price of greatness is 30,000 hours.
I think you achieved that quite early in your
definitely,
life.
yeah. I definitely have more mileage than a Talabat car.
So I wanted to ask you, what is the meaning of your name? I mean, I know it, but I would want the audience to know.
Mansoor Al Mansoor.
What did you
which
achieve
is,
with your name?
being victorious.
Okay.
You know, Mansoor is being victorious. So I thrive to live that life.
Nice.
By treating people well, by winning their hearts,
Right.
you know, before winning their minds, you know, and just by really pushing with a good code of ethics, you know,
Right.
code of ethics like honest competition, loyalty, honesty, you know, having good time management,
Right.
things like that that you build up as a champion as a young age, you know, teaches you because when kids go to play football in the afternoon, I'm going to practice. You know, when kids are traveling to have fun in the summertime, I was going to training camp.
Right.
Yeah, so it was a lot of sacrifice.
Of course. I think they say that it's the hours that other people are not putting into that and you're putting into the same thing makes the difference between you and the other.
You know, if really people really knew the amount of effort and sacrifice they've been through, and they actually went through it, they will look at this guy and be like, "Oh yeah, he deserves it."
Right.
You know, they wouldn't say, "Oh, he's lucky," because it took years, an identity. Became an identity because you worked on it so hard,
Right.
for so long,
True.
and alhamdulillah, I still do that. I'm still swimming. June 25th, I have a competition.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even today?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I'm
That's
the
amazing.
captain of the national team in fin swimming.
MashaAllah.
Yeah. I'm the fastest guy here in the Gulf, actually. I have 3 GCC records, second on Arab. This is all current people. And I'm going to the World Championship for the Masters. Masters is the age groups. Age group from 35 to 40. Every 5 years is an age group. That's my age group. I'm 39. I'm going to swim in that age group.
You don't look like 39.
I don't know, man. It's the water.
The gray color hair just looks like it's fashion.
Oh, that's for other stuff. No, but this competition, it's going to be one of the biggest competition I do because I'm doing all the work just solo, man. You know, I get help of a coach here or, you know, like a like gym coach here or it's just very rough out there, you know. You have to do it all by yourself, all expenses. I get some sponsors. Alhamdulillah, you know, I'm very grateful for where I'm at, but I'm very excited at the same time. I still have the same hunger as that 9-year-old kid, you know. I'm still wondering what's going to happen next.
Right.
I love that, and inshallah, I'm going to get 4 gold medals.
Inshallah. We're all rooting
Inshallah,
for you. We're
inshallah.
all rooting for you.
Habibi, thank you.
So in those hardships that you faced, the hard work that you put in, you might have some, like you said, you've had a lot of setbacks. So you might have had a lot of injuries as well.
Oh, definitely.
Can you talk about some of the injuries that you went through?
Well, you know, part of why I was really good at swimming as well was I was very flexible.
Okay.
I had what they call double jointed shoulders.
Wow.
I used to bring my hand all the way from the back of my head
Okay.
and to the forward without breaking them, like as a circle. Yeah, I can't do it now because my shoulder is all messed up. But as a kid, I used to be able to do that, and what that did to you, being that flexible, actually, whenever you're racing and the lactic acid start accumulating in your muscles, you start cramping and slowing down. The people with the better flexibility actually don't get as much lactic acid in their muscles.
Okay.
So they tend to last longer. That's why I always finish stronger.
Nice.
But it was a double-edged sword. With that, I developed a lot of problems with my shoulders. It would get dislocated at a swimming workout.
Why?
Yeah, swimming is not a contact sport, but we tend to get a lot of injuries. Yeah.
Damn. So
That's one of the injuries. But I sustained a couple of injuries outside of swimming,
okay.
doing some childish shit. Excuse my language. But I still do that. I tend to live life not on the edge. I'm not a crazy guy, all right? But I do have an adrenaline rush. I like to do a lot of extreme stuff.
Okay.
And it's part of life, you know?
Right.
Even being a champion is an extreme thing, you know, because I have to wake up tomorrow at 5 o'clock to go work out.
Right.
And I work in Khafji, bro. Khafji, it's an hour and a half away.
It's like outside Kuwait, probably.
Yeah, it is outside. Bring your passports, you know. But I thrive and I push myself to go work out before I go to work, and then I come back and I work out again, and then I go swimming. Why the hell a 39-year-old guy putting himself through this? It's for the glory, man.
Of course.
Yeah, I want to inspire you. You know. I want to show that it's possible, man. Just gotta put it into it.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense because a lot of people, I think, stop having all these purposes, like you said, very early in their age.
Right.
I think when someone looks at you, I mean, I'm 31. When I look at you, I'm like, you're 8 years older and you still keep going. What makes me
Say,
not
mashallah.
Mashallah, mashallah. What makes me stop doing all these things, you know?
You're doing your thing right now, you know. It's not about being in the gym all the time and stuff. No,
Right.
Everybody does their skill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're honing, you're developing your skill of being a video editor, a podcaster, and that's enough. If that makes you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to edit some things because you want to finish it, you know, then you're doing the same thing.
True.
Yeah, it's not about working out. It's not about swimming. It's not about running. It's about practicing that great skill that not only brings you money, but can inspire other people. Can actually, you know, make people better. It's not about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's what you leave behind. I think so.
Yeah, man. I mean, I always told my mom somebody's gonna write with me in a book. I just hope it's a good book. But I don't know if she, like, one of the craziest things I've done when I was a kid was write on her cooking book.
Okay.
And I was 7 years old, barely reaching the counter, and I wrote, "I don't like to be famous. No need to mention the name," in Arabic.
Okay.
What the hell was I thinking? I mean,
Completely opposite happened.
2 years later, you're like in the Asian Championships, and you're saying hello to the Emir.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was.
Savage.
He's 9 years old. You can't tell me what's going on.
True.
So
Speaking of your mother, we have a surprise for you.
Surprise.
It's a what do you call it? It's a message from your mother
All right.
to you. We're
That's
gonna
sweet.
play it right now.
That's my best friend right there, man. Honestly.
That's a good relationship to have.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way you can keep it. You know, part of why I do all this is to keep her proud. And that's a tough job.
So we're gonna listen to her voice.
Oh, nice.
She has a lot of things, good things. I think bad things.
Always proud.
Let's hear them.
Hello, everybody. Hi, my beloved son and friend, Mansoor. I would like to thank Mansoor for being a proud mother through all these years, since he was young. He is my healer and my teacher. Mansoor is full of surprises and accomplishments, and talented too. His name Mansoor, which means victorious, affected his life, or his path of life. I would like to thank Mansoor as well for being a loving, caring son. Thank you. Hoping all the best for you, Mansoor, to fulfill your dreams. Thank you very much.
Habibti Mama, thank you. As you can see, we speak the same language, right? It's about friendship. It's about love. It's about keeping it indoor, keeping it inside the same circle. And it's one of the reasons I keep going with the fire is to keep her proud. It's like,
Inshallah,
yeah,
inshallah.
man. It's like proudness was a seat up there in the sky, and I just keep her up there. With whatever you do, it's not about just swimming. It's about your morals. It's about how you treat people. It's about your af'alik, your doings, your good deeds.
True.
And that's where it all falls in. It's not about just people cheering for you and getting the gold medals. It's about how you are outside the pool as well.
That's amazing.
And that's what she really put in me, man.
She sounded so proud of you. I think
You have no idea.
She would be loving you from all of her heart, for sure.
It's kind of hard for my siblings, I tell you, man.
Yeah, you would win in everything you would do. So
But I'm
even
generous
in
with
this-
them too, so we're quite happy, yeah. But it's a gift that I want to have as a parent, to have a champion son or champion daughter. To be honest, somebody that steals the lights, and I try to put myself in my mom's shoes sometimes. And,
Nice.
it would be such a blessing as well. But this wasn't all possible if it wasn't for her guidance, her support, her being there, teaching me that how to handle a loss. It's not coaches and things that I picked up on the road. It's that first circle, man.
For sure.
That first circle is tough for you, man. You'll find it somewhere else. But I was lucky enough. Like I told you, like it was a puzzle that was coming all together. My mother was a pioneer in the swimming community.
Wow.
Yeah, like my first competition, she was one of the only parents that came.
Wow.
My mom and dad came.
It's amazing.
And that encouraged other wives to be like, yeah, we can go see our kids, right?
Yeah.
And then it became a community.
Mm-hmm.
So I owe a lot of what I do, and the reason I do what I do is my mom.
That's amazing. If at that age, if they broke your dreams, you would be a completely different person today. But they supported you at the age of 9, at the age of 8, at the age of 7.
Definitely. There's a lot of obstacles for both of us going through this. And
despite all of that, they kept pushing you to
definitely.
achieve all these things.
My mom went the extra mile with me. Not to get forward in our stories, but I used to swim in America in the NCAA.
Okay.
Division II, and I was a quite champion over there. Actually, I swam for 2 years for Cal State University of Bakersfield.
Inshallah.
And for these 2 years, I placed second and third 8 times.
Wow.
And I was a 2-year All-American athlete. I still have a 200 butterfly record over there in Cal State Bakersfield.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. It's nice to see a Kuwaiti name or an Arab name between these names, right?
For sure.
After 2 years, I got injured, right? And it seems like everything was gone. My scholarship was gone. The support from the national team was gone. And you had no friends, right? And I had to come up with a big hunk of money, to pay for my college. And my mom was right there to support me. And it was difficult, man. I felt like I was taking food out of my brothers and sisters' mouth.
Wow.
And she was there to help, and I was able to actually graduate with 2 bachelors.
Wow, that's amazing. A lot of people would have dropped out of the schools, colleges, stuff like that.
I couldn't come back. I would have felt like a loser. And that's what, the ethics come in.
True.
You can do it, and it was tough, but I did it. It was a dark time, but I did it.
I think that's the kind of motto you have to live by, because you can, looking at all the other, for lack of better words, let's say failures or drawbacks in your other parts of life, you could very quickly quit all these things. Stop being a swimmer, stop pursuing your goals and dreams in life. But you kept going. I think that's
Well, my friend, when I got injured, I lost my scholarship. I had no reason to compete, and because there's no money coming through there, so I had to do other stuff. I actually, some of the things I'll mention, my mom doesn't know, but I did a lot of restaurant work under the table, because I couldn't be taking money out of my mom all the time.
True.
You know, I was a big boy. I was 21, 22 years old. I had to figure out how to work. I worked inside the college because my student visa only allowed me to do that. And I established a learn how to swim program for the swimming team, and that was taken away from me by the college. Anyhow, I ended up working at restaurants outside, in a Mexican restaurant.
Wow.
And I was getting paid under the table for $5 an hour.
Less than minimum wage.
Anything to keep my day busy, you know. So get something.
Right.
Yeah. One of the craziest stories, I would say, it's me knowing that I have no money and I have to pay the college in 3 months, and I had no idea what I'm gonna do. The guys that used to cut my grass for 2 years, the house, I asked them if they have a job for me. I was that desperate.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, man. They did not speak English. But what I did is I kicked all the swimmers out of my house because we had a swimmer's house.
Okay.
And I ended up letting people come from Craigslist, which is a website. You can put an ad for your apartment or house. And I had people move in after an interview or two. And what I did is I lived for free, and I let other people pay all the house.
Damn.
So I had to what they call hustle, right?
Hustle, yeah.
And I started hustling in a lot of different ways that I can't mention here.
It's good that those stones are not unturned.
Oh, life is interesting. It can knock you down, and there's always a way to get up.
For sure.
Yeah.
This reminds me, you had a injury before which you used to do butterfly stroke.
Right.
And then you changed that to like fin swimming.
Right.
Fin style?
Right.
Tell me about
So after going through that dark time of trying to just get out of the United States with a degree,
that. Okay.
I did a lot of, like I said, under the table work.
Right.
I forgot about anything that's called swimming or working out because my main goal is to actually just make money.
Right.
So I end up working here and there and making a little money to help with my mom helping me. And towards the end, it was just me handling all the cash.
Nice.
Yeah, and she would wonder where I got that money. Still can't explain. Anyhow, continuing. I ended up graduating and I came back. I remember selling everything I own over there, man. I lived in the States for 11 years.
Wow.
4 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and then 6 in Bakersfield, California. Just to move across continents, you know, and just sell your car, sell your DVDs, sell everything, you know. I did a garage sale for 4 days. Man, people haggled me for $1. Like a DVD, I would put $5, and they would like everything for $1. People just wanted to pay anything for $1. You know? Bed frames, I just didn't care in the end. But I came back with a nice like 3,000 KD. That's not bad, yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
that's a great start.
Yeah, and I came back with my degree, and I just got a job, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't go back into swimming because I couldn't reach that potential with my shoulder being messed up.
Mm-hmm.
And I just lost that victorious sense of me when it comes to swimming. I was doing it in other parts of my life. So I moved away from swimming because it felt like it was a dead end because my shoulder doesn't work. Still doesn't.
Okay.
Fast forward 16, 17 years, 2020. A friend of mine gets in touch with me, tells me, hey, there's a new club. They're doing this thing called fin swimming.
Okay.
Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, send me a video. I'm like, okay, I could do that. He's like, okay, well, we got a competition in Siberia in 2 months.
Damn.
Like, do I have to swim to Siberia? So, in 2 months, he tells me that we got a competition. It was June, I think. And I just threw myself in the gym. I work across borders, so was during Corona time.
Okay.
Where nobody was supposed to cross borders, so I did not have work.
Damn.
I worked at the gym, day and night, man.
Why?
I did 2 sessions of gym, and I swam a little bit, all by myself. And I ended up going to that competition and just blowing things out of the water, man.
Are you serious?
I got second on Arab, 40 milliseconds away from the Arab record,
Wow.
which is less than a second. Yeah,
Wow.
less than a half second. And I got 8 on Europe. They called it World Championship, but it was just European people. Anyways, I got 8 on that competition. There was 44 swimmers, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I made it into the final, which is not bad.
Of course.
Yeah, so I figured, hey, maybe Mansoor is back. So I put my effort now, and I see myself being back. So I picked up on this fin swimming and just practicing what I do best.
Damn.
Winning. Victorious.
We should add sound effects to that, right? Make it a song or something.
Yeah.
I think if a movie was made on you, the name would be Victorious.
I think, or man, I don't know, man. I thought of that a lot. I got some names. But, you choose what you want to be, man. You really do.
Yeah.
People act like they have no choice, or they're just
Right.
a victim of their circumstances. You can control your reaction.
Right.
I know stuff, man. I'm not saying I'm a saint. I messed up a lot. I still mess up. But you get to choose your next step.
I like the saying that how you were born is not your fault, but how you die is your fault.
Right.
So
Well, how you die is your fault. It kind of sucks, man.
I mean,
Not all the time.
no, I mean, how like as in what you were at that time when you.
Let's just say, what's that movie? Knight's Tale? When they said his father says to him, "You can change your stars."
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
That hits home, where you can change your stars, and
That's deep.
you just got to be great. What's the purpose of being a nobody?
Nothing.
I'm not saying that to talk down to anybody, but I think there's greatness in everybody if they choose to get the hell out of their couch,
True.
choose to really push beyond their limits every day, feel that pain, feel that sacrifice. Everybody can be great.
Yeah.
I swear to God, man. Any of the greatest would tell you that because they know how much work they put into it. They found a little talent in it. I might be really like a little bit good at the saxophone, but I play 30,000 hours. I can be better than the greatest.
That's true.
You know, better than somebody that has a talent and only practices twice a day. I mean, twice a week. Okay, but you get my drift, yeah.
Yeah, of course, definitely. So amidst all of this, who has been your influence in your swimming career to be this great? And you can't say Michael Phelps.
No, I swam with Michael Phelps. I wouldn't call him a competitor
Damn.
either. He kicked
You are great.
He kicked my butt by 5 seconds. No, I wasn't influenced by a swimmer.
Damn.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I liked Ian Thorpe. Let's say I liked because he was just different kind of swimmer. But I wasn't influenced by a swimmer. I was influenced by like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. These fighters.
Goats.
No, I like fighters, man. Because I fight. People think you swim, but you're not swimming. You're fighting, man. I go work out. You work out. No, man. I'm fighting. It's about working effectively and having the fighter mentality.
Yeah.
What I achieved might be physical to many, but it's mostly mental. I say most of my achievements, I'm like 80% mental game and 20 or 15 physical and 5 luck.
That's true.
Yeah, so it's not about how hard you work at the gym. It's how you do it and if you can make it produce.
Right. Because if you're not ready to go to the gym, you have no action. So I think what you said is right.
I think you just have to have the purpose and make your time count. And that's when you get the best out of your time.
What do you think? A lot of what you say resonates with what a lot of things that Andrew Tate says. Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
So, what do you think of that?
I never thought I'll be asked that. Let's see. I'll try to be delicate with the situation. I'm not going to say I'm for or against. I'm just going to point out some things. He might be talking some truth, but the way he's saying it might be a little too aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
He might be talking some sense about men position and men respect and how men should stand up and protect and provide. But he's saying it in a very aggressive manner.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I grew up loving my mother, thinking
Right.
she's the greatest person in the world. I have 2 sisters. I am their protector. I am their provider. And I cannot help myself to treat any women otherwise.
Definitely.
Because I grew up in that circle.
Yeah.
You know? So
I think a lot of the message that he points out is for hard work, or
right.
getting, like you said, getting out of the couch.
But I'm
being
saying it in a nice
uncomfortable.
way.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. This is the way, it's how you say it.
Right.
Yeah, I would like to be more, I don't want to say gentle. No, I'm actually
You're a monster.
as much of a fighter as he is, but I have a little soft spot for my mom and my sisters that I can't be that aggressive.
Right.
I'll save it for the guys in the water and in the changing room. I do really mess with a lot of people in the changing room.
You see?
Yeah, man. I like do wet wellies and stuff when before the race they sit us down, and we're in like 8 lanes, and so
Okay.
it's 8 chairs, the plastic chairs, the ones that break.
Mm-hmm.
So you either like break one of these legs to the competitor, and usually lane number 4 is the fastest guy.
Okay.
And then 3 is second fastest, 5 is third fastest. So you always want to mess with these guys, right?
Okay.
Being number 4 all the time.
Nice.
So I would come sit and just do a wet welly to the guy next to me and have him hit me, and just break his focus. So it's kind of mental games, man.
Nice.
Well, it was interesting.
Well, I had an interesting conversation with you, and I had a lot of fun. I mean, I think more than fun, I would say I learned a lot. And
We should do this again.
yeah, for sure.
You guys like
for
it?
Sure. And the best thing about you is your voice.
You should get me at 7 o'clock at night. You don't want to hear my 9 o'clock in the morning. I am Batman.
That was
Where
close.
is he?
That was close. That was close.
I do voiceover work. I know I got a voice. The ladies have told me. But I use it for good,
Yeah.
Hello, who's calling? All right.
I would love to listen to all those customer care voiceovers that you have done.
Yeah, I've been called to so many auditions, and I've done the whole menu, as we call it. And I don't know. They never said, okay, man, that real estate company actually got your voice. Maybe I should be going and calling these places to check.
Yeah. Do you do it in English or in
I do it in
Arabic?
both.
Both?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But I think my voice in Arabic is different than my English. I think I speak out of my nose sometimes in English.
Okay, okay.
يعني لما نجرب هذا الصوت not like we do this voice.
Speak something in Arabic more than what you've done.
اليوم وايد استانست انا بهذا البودكاست.
شكراً.
اتمنى ان نقدر احنا نسوي هذا الشيء مره ثانيه.
إن شاء الله.
الاستوديو عندهم وايد عجيب، لو تشوفونه وايد عجيب. يعني باتمان يمكن يطلع بأي مكان.
I forgot. You have this company. It's called the Yellow Jacket Man.
Right.
Okay. Before I go into the company, is your brand ambassador being Salim?
Why? Because
he's always in yellow.
Yeah, well, yellow is the color of friendship, right? It's the color of adventure.
Okay.
And I somehow, because I traveled with young age, I was 9 years old, and discovered these new places and people. I had this explorer kind of mentality or characteristic. A lot of kids grew up wanting to be Superman and Batman. I want to be Indiana Jones. I want to find a treasure, and whip my whip and have my hat. I have a lot of hats.
Nice.
Like 30 hats. I don't know what to do with them anymore.
It's become a collectible.
You can't wear them here. It's too hot. So, yeah, I wanted to be like an explorer. So with swimming and training camps, we used to travel to 5 maybe different countries each year.
Wow.
For competition, training camps. So that developed a good sense of positioning. Like I knew where everything was. If you can throw me anywhere, I can manage to get out, man, even if I don't speak the language.
Damn.
It gave me a sense of safety. Like I can do whatever I want where I'm there. Not like in a bad way. Like I can manage, man.
Right.
And because I've been traveling such young age. So with that, I started planning the trips for my family and stuff like that. And I saw that I was really good at it. So I figured, why not make money during my travels? Which was, COVID hit after 3 months. Turkey said, we're open for business. So I took my whole family and I went to Turkey for 3 months.
Wow.
So while traveling, I started taking pictures of these boutique places.
Okay.
Because most people go to Istanbul, Izmir, blah, blah, blah. So I traveled inward. I went to 45 villages.
Wow.
Yeah, like tiny villages. My mom was having a great time. like really vintage boutique places, houses that are 400 years old. Wow. So I was discovering these really small gems. And that's what gave me like a big popularity in Instagram. It's kind of confusing for people now. It's about swimming. It's about traveling. But it got too much for me to handle. So I decided to do trips for people, not to like take them on a trip, but plan their trip.
Okay.
You come to me, tell me, hey, you got 1,000 KD, you want to do this, and I will give you the best route, best hotels, yada, 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 yada.
Nice.
I just become very talented in finding the right place, and with God's blessings, I swear to God, man. Like maybe you go through the same thing I went through and not have the same fun because I think God is watching over me, man.
Nice.
I'm telling you.
Nice.
I ask God for sunlight, and He'll give it to me, man. You have to have that good belief, and that's what you get with treating your family very well.
Alhamdulillah.
So I started this company, just wanting to help people.
Okay. That's
just
nice.
have the fun that I'm having. And alhamdulillah, I started in Corona, like when all businesses were dying, especially the travel ones. Mine was booming.
Wow.
So
need some trade secrets from you.
It's about searching, man. Search, and like finding what suits you best. It's about traveling with purpose.
Right.
Yeah, it's not you're gonna go and sit in a cafe. No, I'm learning horse riding now because I'm learning horse riding because when I go to Cappadocia, I'm gonna climb a mountain with the horse.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's something I've done. I'm trying to dive 30 meters so I can go inside a cave in Turkey, let's say. So I travel with purpose. I like to do things that make sense, to me. It's not about going and standing in front of a building and taking a picture or having a souffle in Amalfi Coast. You know what I'm saying? It's about seeing the people and eating their food, getting in a little trouble, experiencing the things. So I want to share my knowledge again. Just like swimming, I want to share my knowledge of travel.
Nice.
And how you can find a good experience and where to go, where not to go. And I turned that into a business, and alhamdulillah, I'm choosing not to make it bigger because it's taking a lot of my time. It becomes less personal for me, I think.
Right.
But maybe, who knows, man. Sure. Maybe.
The next trip I'm doing, I'm booking with you.
Welcome.
And I'm going to keep it open. I mean, you have to suggest where I go. And
That's what I do.
everything
I suggest everything. You just tell me, Mansoor, I got 800 KD. I want to stay for a week in Sri Lanka.
Nice.
And I will do everything.
I think now with 800, you can stay for a year in Sri Lanka.
No, bro. No, I can let you stay. There's a place that cost 1,000 KD for 3 nights.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
But you got to see that place, man. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
Sri Lanka is an amazing place. Like, it's full of surprises. I mean, India is the king or queen of hospitality and structures and really, like, luxury life.
Right.
But there's some magic down there in Sri Lanka that, like, India flickered over.
I need to travel with you, I think so.
Oh, come through. Thinking about doing group trips, but I'm so strained out on time with my working out and my work and family and whatever else. You know, it's like I don't want to use my leave days to go out with people. So I've done a couple of group trips here and there with not close friends, but some friends.
Okay.
And it's been going good, but I've been getting selfish with my time. Like, I want to go travel by myself, experience myself, to keep myself sane so I can give back in the gym or at work and, you know, keep myself going. It's not about money for me anymore. It's about life experience, you know.
That's nice. That matters, I think.
Alhamdulillah, yani, if you are in a comfortable place and you have al-qana'a, which is being content, you can realize what kind of life you want. It's not about having the Mercedes, man. I'm fine with a truck, you know, but I travel very well, or I am very simple. I love being simple, so that's something maybe a lot of people don't have.
Right.
You know, they need that luxury life to be having fun.
True. That makes sense.
Yeah, man.
Well, like you said, you're a simple person. I had a lot of fun. We kept
I
it
had an
simple and
amazing
casual.
time. I'm going to insist on coming back again.
Definitely. This is your place. You can consider that.
Beautiful, man.
Come anytime. We can play FIFA as well.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Again, for the viewers, man, I had such a great time. You do not know how cool this place is. I might chill here for a bit. I have a physio, but next time. But thank you so much. I wish you all the best.
Thank
you
you
know,
so much.
Obviously you're talented, as well as your team over here. The guys are great, doing great. Two Husseins. And Tahir, right. And Tayyib. Nice to meet you all.
I just come here, sit in the chair. Everything else, they do it.
Man, is a support system, you know. You have to have it. One hand doesn't clap. I don't want to try in front of the camera, but you have to have that support system. So you always surround your people with the people that add value to you, and you have the hard part is to keep them.
For sure. It's really hard.
Definitely. Why are you looking at each other? You both start with the ta.
He knows it. So let's wrap it up. And
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Next date for episode 2.
Definitely plan it out, and we can talk on whatever you want to talk about, lab
Sure.
values, and I have a lot of knowledge, to be honest, and I enjoy being here. Part of having the freedom to talk and being able to do it well is actually having the good audience, you know.
For
so
sure.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to the next one. Hopefully with my 4 medals.
We need to have something in the background showcasing your
I'll bring my medals, inshallah.
achievements and everything.
Inshallah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Nice talking to you.